Hi guys, what's the crack? Welcome back to the channel. So we're back out on the lake. We're going to be trolling for trout today in today's video. Now we have perfect conditions from what I can see anyway. It's overcast, it's windy. I'm hoping it's going to have the trout feeding. Saying that, I have been out recently and the trout really switch on in the evening. Now we're out here at about midday, so we'll see if we can get a fish early. We might have to wait till later on. So for the tackle for today's video, I'm going to be using two rods. These are Shakespeare agility spins. These are 11-foot rods, but they're very light. They're 10 to 40 gram casting weight. And for the reel of a Penrat 4000, that's in 20-pound mono. And then for the leader, I tie on an original BB swivel to about 6 foot of 12-pound Berkeley trilene fluorocarbon. Now I'm going to be using my Lane Minnows, the trusty Lane Minnows for today's video. This is an old green Lane Minnow. It's a 2-inch size. And on the other one, I have a grey one. The grey Lane Minnow, that's the newer version. So that's the tactics. We're going to be trolling with the rods behind the boat at about 100 foot behind the boat, and I'm going to keep the boat at about 3 to 4 miles an hour, driving in zigzag patterns and looking for the areas that are holding the trout. If you find one, you usually find a few, so if you can find a few, I'll be happy out. The goal is obviously just to get one fish in the boat to start off, so we'll do our best to get a few fish to show you lads. Enjoy today's video. Alright lads, we're going to start fishing. Take the lane out of the clip, start letting out. That's an old green Lane Minnow. I've had so many fish on this over the years, literally hundreds of trout. We're going to start letting it out, speed up this boat a small bit and start letting out the line. So we'll see what happens. Now, so that's just tipping along. Came across to the far bank. It's nice and sheltered here, but we're not getting any bites, so we might have to go back out into the wind to find the trout. So we'll see what happens. Okay lads, we're into a trout. He hit a really good hit. Let's get in. Had a lot of line out. Come on, here he comes. That's a trout. Not a bad one. Did we get him in? Yes. Good stuff. In the net. Let's get my hook. Now, so lads, here he is. Lovely loch there, brown trout. Lovely golden colours on this guy, even on his belly. It's in a lovely condition. Spots are savage on it. So let's get the spear released. No, so that was a lovely fish. So let's get the lures back out and see what else we can find. The wind is definitely picked up here. It's actually quite rough, but it's grand. Not dangerous at all. So we'll start fishing away and see what else we can get. Oh lads, we're into a fish again. It's not a big one at all. I can feel it, it's quite small. So I'm not going to stop the engine, I'm going to stay moving forward. So we're in a bit of a wave. That in with the hand. Come on, buddy. There he is, lads. Small little guy. Let's get him straight back. Don't need to take him out of the water. Down he goes. So just the two fish so far today, lads. I've been out for, I'd say, 2 or 3 hours. I've covered a lot of water now, in fairness. I have found an area that definitely is holding fish from the last trip that I've been out, but they definitely switch on in the evening. That's the problem. So we're at about 4 o'clock here, so it's going to be another 3 or 4 hours before they switch on. So you're basically trolling, hoping for a fish more than expecting a fish. But I'm just going to show you quickly a few of the lures that are in the box that I brought with me today. I have about 5 or 6 boxes at home full to the brim of trout lures. Any of the trout fishermen are the same, I'm sure. You can never have too many lures. But I'm just going to show you a few of the lures there. So I use mainly Lane Minnows. Now you can get them in all colours. There's a golden one, there's a greeny one, there's a yellow and green one. That's actually a JC bait. It's an imitation of an old Lane Minnow, and they'll still catch fish. They're a reproduction bait, and you get them for about €6 or €7. Most tackle shops will sell them. That's an actual Lane Minnow that's been painted with nail varnish, yellow and blue. That's caught loads of fish. Blue and silver is a good colour, as you can see there. Grey is an absolute brilliant colour. Now that's I think that's 2.5 inch. It's a little bit bigger. Now that lane is very good. I like dark colours. Then you have your gold and your gold and your brown. Like, these have all caught fish, every lure in this box, so it's nice to have faith in what you have in your box. There's an old Lane Minnow, a bit of a greyish colour, a bit of purple on the top. You can make up these bodies yourselves. You know, there's the body from, I'll show you. All it is a little swivel, a bit of wire, a little bead, and a small treble hook. So yeah, that's what's on that side of the box. I'll just check what's on the other side of this box because I'm not even sure myself. I have the Rapala box at home, but I just bought the Lane ones there today. These are a minnow called a Chisholm minnow. So they're the very same as a Lane Minnow, and they're a little bit more holographic. They're a bit brighter in the water. That's a nice colour. It's a wasp colour. Catch lots of fish in that one. Blue and silver is a great colour. Blue and gold, but they'll all catch fish. Anything with a bit of blue and silver, gold, grey. To be honest, red even catches. So it doesn't really matter. There's a big Rapala that I was using there earlier in the year. The tail of him got broke off. One fish that landed, a pike, destroyed the end of it. He still swims grand, so I still use him. And you do get the bigger trout and the bigger Rapalas. That's a brilliant lure for a trout. Rapala Countdown Elite in the rainbow trout colour. I have literally dozens of them in the other box. They're very good, the Elites. That's a lovely colour to catch a trout on, blue and gold. I like using the 2 inch size, even smaller. The bigger size works as well, 2.5 inch. And there's one of the most popular trout lures on the planet, the Tassie Devil. Now these obviously come in loads of different colours as well. There's a colour that works well for me as well. Stripy, kind of a waspy colour. And then there's another JC bait, blue and gold, and they'll all catch fish. So that's just a quick look into small lure box. I only bring one lure box with me when I'm fishing for trout. I have a few favourites for the Lane Minnows, ones that always work. I have a few boxes at home and I just kind of put them and take them as I need them. So you don't bring too much gear with you, you know. It's the worst thing about fishing, you bring so much gear. And I always use, this is a great leader if you're trolling for trout, Berkeley Trilene, 12 pound. It's really, really strong. Early in the year, you know, you're picking up pike when you're fishing, when you're trolling for trout, unfortunately, but you actually, like, it's so good. I've landed metre pike, I've had multiple metre pike on that 12 pound fluorocarbon. It's not ideal, but you don't really get pike when you're using the Lane Minnows. That's the best thing, because you're fishing in deep water and the lures are very high in the water. But obviously if you're using Rapalas, you use a light wire trace, because you are going to get a lot more pike. The Rapalas just, they're like candy for a pike. But yeah, that's the crack anyway, lads. I just said I'd have a quick chat while I'm pulling in to have something to eat. We'll go back at them now and try to get a few more fish. Fingers crossed. Now lads, not long we're into another fish. Definitely found a little feeding part of them, place where they're willing to feed. So let's see if we can get this one in. I don't know what this is actually. Is it a trout or a perch? Yeah, it's a small trout. Just gonna grab him, wet the hands first. There we go, trout number 3. Hooked on the outside of the mouth. Good stuff. Let's get him straight back. It's only a small lad, don't need to keep him out of the water. There he goes. Good stuff. Let's go back at it. Alright lads, we're into a fish. Let's get the rod in, see what it is. Can feel him kicking. Another small lad. They're hungry. Just gonna get him in, lads. I'll just wet the hand and grab him in the water. Oh, there he goes. Released him straight away. He was only a small lad. Took the Lane Minnow. So let's get back out and see what else we can get. Now the sun is out again. Time is passing by. We had a few hits but we lost them. They weren't big anyway. So we'll stay tipping along and see what else we can find. Now lads, we're after catching another small one. The small lads are out in force today. So this is fish number 5. I'm not going to use the net for this lad, he's only a little lad. I'll wet the hands and grab him. Oh buddy. Oh, he came off. So that was trout number 5. He's about 6 inches long. And he took the grey and silver Lane Minnow, you can see there. So he was no monster. To be honest, I thought he came off because he hit the lure and there was no resistance. He was only so small. So that's 5 fish so far. There's actually a bit of a break there in between that and the last fish, about an hour or so. It's nice to see that they're feeding again. Maybe we'll get a few more. Okay guys, trout number 6. The sun has dropped in the sky, so the trout are a bit more active. Thankfully anyway, it was a slow enough day at times. So that's, he feels slightly better than the last 2 or 3. So we'll see now in a minute. It's a small bit better. Get him in the net. No, good stuff. Number 6 in the net. Good fun. Okay, so number 6 here in the net. Just gonna get him back. Nice small little lad. Slip him straight back there. Oh, good stuff. Little feeding spell there now. We've had 2 fish there in the last 10 minutes, so maybe we'll get a few more. But good fun so far. Okay, so in an attempt to get a slightly bigger trout, because again we had 1 good trout today and the rest are all small, I put on a bigger Lane Minnow. So I was using this and I'm going on to this. I hope you can see that on the camera. It's about ½ an inch bigger, same colour, and on the other rod I've put on a 2.5 inch Chisholm Minnow in a wasp colour, so it's kind of brown and silver stripes like a wasp. So bigger lanes, let's give it a go, see what we can find. Fish on guys. This is on the bigger lure, the 2.5 inch lane. Feels bigger. Just praying it's not a pike or something, so we'll see. You probably can't see it in there now because the sun is in the eyes. That's a trout. It's good stuff. Into the net. Yes, trout number 7. Good stuff. Let's get one hooked and then I'll show you. Okay guys, trout number 7, very lively fella. Nice thick body on him. He's in great condition, this guy. Let's get him released. Now I'll just show you what lure he took. He took the bigger Lane Minnow, the grey and silver one. A lot of lads ask to see the lure after it's caught, and that's it. So we'll stay going. Here we go, lads. Fish on. Could it be trout number 8? We'll see. Feels like a good one. We'll see now in a minute. Yeah, it's a nice trout. Let's give him a good fight. Wow, this is a good fish. Yes, we got him. Trout number 8 in the net. Probably, yeah, he's probably the best trout of the day. We'll see now in a minute. Now lads, here he is. Definitely the lad we were after all day long. It's a lovely fish. Really thick. He's over 2 pound anyway. It's a lovely fat fish. Lovely condition. Savage fish. I'm really delighted with that. Class. Let's get him released. Now let's fish on. Hopefully trout number 9, I think. It doesn't feel big, but we'll see now when he comes in. He's very far back yet. Here he comes. A small handy lad. Now, trout number 9. Good stuff. Let's keep recording him. Just release this guy pretty quickly. Right the hand in the net. The net's nice and wet. Nice thick little lock-there trout. See there? It jumped out my hand. Good stuff, quick release. Fish number 9. It's a brilliant day so far. Sun's nearly down, fish are coming active. Maybe we'll get number 10 before we go home. Yes guys, fish number 10. And this feels like a good fish. Hopefully we can get it in. I actually seen a fish feeding on the surface. The sun's gone down and I just trolled over him. This could be that fish. Probably is, to be honest. I stayed out extra long to try to get fish number 10. And we have him here, so hopefully we land him. Oh, it's a big fish. It's a lovely trout. Yes! Fish number 10. Oh, what a fish. Oh, he's a chunk. He's definitely close to 3 pound yet. Yes, look at that, lads. Oh, lads, there he is. Best fish of the day. Gonna get him released quickly. It's a lovely fish. Time to head home. Now, so lads, finally home. Met two lads there come in off the lake, Jason and Adam. Nice chatting to you. They had a right good day's fishing. They said they had 25 pike, and the water temperature has dropped, so the pike fishing is okay again, thank God. I'll be back up pike fishing myself soon. Looking forward to doing a bit, especially coming into winter now. But my day went great. Nice to get out. Finished with 10 in the end. I worked really hard for the 10th lad. I should have been off the lake earlier. I stayed out into the dark just to get him, and it was a lovely fish to get. I'd say he was between 2 and 3 pound. Lovely golden colours, and nice to get him, really nice. Catch and release today, lads. All the fish went back. Got a good bit of footage now, so I'm going to have to go through the camera when I get home and try to get a video, put it together and get it up in the next few weeks. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, lads. There's a fair bit of work went into it. We got some good fishing though, so always a good day. Leave a comment on what you thought of the video. Drop a like, really helps the channel, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're getting new subscribers the whole time, and the channel's growing really fast, so it's really nice to see. I'm getting attacked by a sedge here in the car. And thanks for watching, lads, and I'll catch you out here next time.